Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hello, I'm Dan Whedon. Along with my co-host, JB Wilson, we are the Seattle Shrimp Tank Podcast. This is our video wrap-up of a fantastic interview that we had with Lisa Kemmerling from Clean Lines Fashion Consulting. I'm going to tell you, you want to listen. Actually, you want to watch, because we did it live on Facebook. You don't want to watch the entire podcast. Lisa was terrific. If you want to be more dressed for success, I guarantee you're going to want to watch that. You can watch it on our website at www.shrimptankpodcast.com/Seattle. Even better, subscribe on iHeartRadio or on Spotify or on Google Podcasts. That's where we are living all the time, and you can catch every episode, the ones we've done, and all of the future ones you won't miss. While you're there, go ahead and just give us a 5-star. I think that would be fantastic. Right now, what we'd like to do is talk a little bit more with Lisa Kemmerling from Clean Lines Fashion Consulting. Lisa, so glad to have you as a guest for our podcast today. What people are going to learn when they listen to it is that you came out of the medical profession. So my first question is, how did you make that trek from medical to fashion consulting?
Excellent question, Dan, and thank you so much for having me on today. Part of that is I have been very passionate about fashion since I was 12 years old. And part of that, watching the trends over the years, I would, take my medical business and everything from sales rep to director and everything in between. And it was my very first impression that I was trying to project to that doctor or that PT or that OT or even that patient that I would work with. So looking good and presenting well kind of went hand in hand together. And that's where I became very passionate about fashion.
Lisa, one of the things we talked about was this idea of the perception versus reality of fashion consulting. The perception being that individuals think of fashion consulting as expensive or something that may be out of their budget. They may need it but can't afford it. Talk a little bit about what the reality actually is for most individuals.
Thanks, JB. The reality is it's really actually quite affordable. And if you look at my pricing versus if you would hire a celebrity, consultant to come in and help you out with clothing, obviously there's wildly, prices there. Even in Seattle compared to where we live over on the Kitsap Peninsula, pricing is all about what that individual feels is important. And maybe they're looking at helping just to the next level. What can I do to take them there and make it affordable for them?
Great.
So, I'm a consultant as well. And I know as consultants, our clients are always looking for what's my return on investment? What's the value that I'm receiving? I'm guessing in your world, it's not nearly as quantifiable. It's much more qualitative. What do your clients tell you before, during, and after a successful engagement with you?
Good question. So before they hire me, there's a pain. There's a level of pain that they have. If it was somebody who doesn't like the way that they look in clothing, they're looking to have me take them to the next level and build them a level of confidence, which is vitally important. Because if you look good, you feel good, you present well. And that is one of the things that I do, is help build them confidence. And then finally, when they're finished working with me, I usually get a very nice little note back saying, thank you so much, you brought out the best in me, or whatever that may be. So it's very fun, it's exciting.
Lisa, what is the best way that individuals can get in contact with you or find out more about your business?
The best way to get in touch with me is through lisa@cleanlinesfashion.com or my personal cell, which is 925-719-2314. And that's the easiest way to reach me. They can text me and I will respond back. Going back to my days of outside sales, I respond very quickly. So I'm always looking for that next client. Thank you.
Well, Lisa, I echo what JB said. Now, everybody out there, listen, this is just a taste of what you can get from this episode and other episodes. So we encourage you to go back, listen to the entire, or watch the entire podcast with Lisa. And to that end, we have another one coming up in 2 weeks. Bradley Franco from Ulterior Flux. I'm going to make sure I said that right. Ulterior Flux. Bradley Franco from Ulterior Flux will be our guest on July 22nd, live streaming on Facebook at 3 o'clock. Right now, we're wrapping this up. Make sure you keep coming back for more, because for right now, the hay is in the barn.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond.